Hey folks, Mike here with another NoScript video. As usual, this is going to be an unedited, unscripted discussion on Charles Fusion. So, yeah, E3 video, I guess, probably over a month back by the time you guys are watching this. Yeah, I was kind of excited seeing not Bethesda, but Ubisoft announce a new Trials. Because it's one of those games that I played Trials HD. It's been quite a while since I last played a Trials game, so I was like, hey, a new one. That would be cool, because I never really played Evolution all that much. And then Fusion, I was kind of interested in it, but hey, here we go. It was a PS Plus game a while back. Kind of forgot about it. So yeah, for those of you who don't know what Trials is, we'll start up with a basic level here, give you an idea. But for the most part, it's a pretty simple game. You want to try and beat the level. Eventually, as you get better, and as you may or may not want to beat leaderboard times, you want to try and complete levels faster, more efficiently, without crashing, so on and so forth. You know, that kind of stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much the whole point of Trials. At least that's the major part of it. The other part is, well, there's absolutely a challenge. You know, the deeper you are in the game, the more challenging some of these levels get. So, you know, the difficulty definitely does come up over time, and a lot of people would tend to agree that the last group of levels in Trials games tend to be quite brutal. Now, I'm a pretty big fan of Trials HD. I really like that game. I beat every level on the 360. I got platinum times, which are pretty difficult to achieve on the first batch or two. At least the first batch of levels. Maybe the first two. And I believe the hardest tracks I got 1 gold, I think, and a handful of silvers. So, you know, I feel like that's a pretty acceptable rating. So, you can see I got gold for 70% of the levels, almost. There's 1, 2, 3, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's another 3, where, well, I did get 1 gold here. So yeah, you saw that was pretty open, pretty sweeping, straightforward. If we jump further a little bit, these are medium levels. You'll see they'll be a little bit more technical, not just, you know, landing, smooth landings, but maybe you have to jump, carry a certain amount of minimum speed. These are definitely going to be a lot less forgiving. So we'll go through and complete this one. There's a challenge for completing it full throttle, so we'll try and do that while we're at it. So yeah, Trials. How is this new game? As someone who really liked Trials, spent probably too much time. We'll give it 3 tries total. Give it this one and another one if I don't get it. Because presumably restarting counts as no longer full throttle. So yeah, Trials. As someone who liked HD especially, beat it all, how's this game? It's more Trials for sure, right, if that's what you're looking for. Oh, I had to hit the brake there. We'll keep playing it though. Yeah, so this is still more Trials, that's for sure. These levels, you know, not doing anything necessarily new as far as I remember, but it is more of that game, which that's pretty much all I would want, honestly. But there's a lot of shortcomings with it as well. And I don't don't know if they're gonna address some of these with the new one. So yeah, for the most part, for the base game, it is definitely more Trials. In terms of some of the stuff that they've changed and added and whatnot, stuff I've been less happy about. Actually, there's one of the things here. They added a couple FMX, which are tricks. Oh yeah, the fox bat. That's the fox bat. These are, yeah, hold. I think it's been a week or two since I actually last played this game, so. Okay, yeah. Lean and the right stick are tricks. The problem with this mode is pulling off certain tricks sometimes. Though I am not struggling as bad this time around. Oh, there you go. There was one where I was not at all executing a trick for a long time. You'll notice I tend to execute a lot of the same trick, and that's because that is an easily consistent one to. Oh, as if that counted. It kept me going. Yeah, so you're supposed to be able to point any direction. Each direction is a different trick, and then there's like quarter circle motions you can do, which also make a slightly different trick. All those tricks also depend on where your bike is and whatever. Anyways, all that to say, you find yourself just doing front flip and the same trick because it works really well and it's really consistent. And by really consistent, I mean 90% of the time it works. So yeah, they added this new thing. It just doesn't feel good. It feels like the equivalent of button mash with your analog stick, which, whatever. But like I mentioned, the unfortunate part as well is that it's not very consistent. So I found myself trying to do tricks and my guy's having none of it, or he eventually starts making a trick near the end and you know, you get no points. So yeah, that's not necessarily been great. The little fun skill games that they had in the previous game, you know, the skill games are like an entirely separate thing. They've thrown skill games into as the last level of like a group of levels. And I feel like the skill games in this one are far less fun. And by being grouped in with, you know, standard levels, they don't feel as special either. So there's a ramp back here. This means there's something else, isn't there? Yeah, there's a button right there. Alright, let's see if we can get her. Cool, click the button. That'll be part of an extra. Did I click that? Or because I'm at the beginning? Yeah. Okay. Let's see if we can do this while I talk about stuff. So, yeah, little side missions like this. I seem to remember these all being part of the original game. So, I found some of these to be quite difficult actually. Like these challenges, side challenges are actually quite challenging. Which, you know, good, I guess. But at the same time, quite a bit tougher than I remember. Does crashing reset the buttons? Probably, doesn't it? Yeah, probably does. So I've not seen a button yet. I'm sure there's one up where I just touched. Alright, let's do that one last try. What other problems I've had? So these open, or not open, but these, yeah, I guess these open. These open world-ish looking backgrounds, right? The original, I keep saying original. There's actually 2 other games that came before Trials HD, so yeah, Trials HD was all in like warehousey kind of things, and so you have to remember, makes sense, that shit's easy to do on a 360, but at the same time, that shit fucking worked. It was great. You know, the game performed pretty well. The load times were reasonable. I didn't have to, you know, suffer through a bunch of other... Oh, come on, really? Man, I don't know where these buttons would be then. I thought for sure there was going to be one. Unless I passed it. I can always hit the menu button. That's not actually part of the track challenges. Ooh, okay. That's interesting. Yeah, they had secrets in Trials HD as well. Anyways. Where was I going with that? I talked about the skill games. Those have not been as fun. Oh yeah, the open world stuff. So if we look at, actually we'll reuse the original level because I know this one has it. One of the things I don't like about these big open levels is they want to maintain that 60 frames a second. So they've optimized the performance, and by optimizing I mean they cut some corners, and there's a lot of really annoying things. If you look near the bike, not this jump and the next jump, you can kind of see it now at the bottom there. See the shadow of the window when I hit the jump here as it pans down. Oh, that 30 hertz. Oh, that shadow's half speed. It's really annoying. And you see it when those drone ships fly over there on top of us. You see shadows pop underneath as well. Oh, that just looks bad. The other part that looks bad is occasionally some of the light sources might be behind the camera. So you see a shadow for the bike, and once that shadow hits a certain distance, it drops to 30 frames. So there's one level in particular I remember seeing that, you know, my shadow kind of in parallel with the bike. You're seeing the bike move at 60, and because the shadow hits that certain distance, it's like at 30 frames. You know, it looks really bad. And the 360 didn't do that. I'm on a PS4, which is hell of a lot more powerful. It shouldn't need to do that, right? That brings in... That's why I question the benefit to the open outdoor environments that they've put in. Because it doesn't add anything. It doesn't make the game better. You know, I understand you gotta do something. The other problem too is the sun. I picked this level in particular. Is this part right here. I remember this part a lot being really, really bad. This level also has... actually, let's go back to the beginning. Notice the texture loading and pop in. Also notice how the brick detail changes as we go further. There you go. You can see the line being drawn on the right side of the screen there. Notice the big crack. You might not notice it because of the compression. But I see the lines for the anisotropic filtering. Trilinear, I guess. When he hits certain jumps here, you can see a lot of shit popping in the distance. Look at the top right screen, top right corner of the screen. When I hit that ramp, everything popping into view. Right, there's a lot of distracting garbage like that. Also, right here, that entire line, just like a crack in the texture and the ground. Just a lot of imperfections, like a lot of noticeable stuff. Also, why are these shadows jittering? Like, whoa. This is one of the more noticeable levels for some of these issues, but you know, it's annoying. It's really, really annoying because I don't remember the original game being this bad for some of these things. And again, what benefit has any of this added? Not much. It makes it look a little bit more pretty, I suppose. Did it actually sell better because of that? I have doubts. I have doubts that this is the main selling point. Right, the gameplay is the reason, and none of that actually adds to the gameplay. While we're still on the complaints here, let's just load a random game. This shit. Gonna take my water drink here while we wait for loading. I think it's ridiculous that your bike selection screen takes for fucking ever to load. Every damn time. Why does it take that long? Trials HD ran on a console with 512 meg RAM. This thing is running on consoles with 8 gig of RAM of memory. Also, which one was it? Was it the Xbox that was unified? One of the two consoles was not unified. No, it might have been the. Might have been the PS3. That was the strange one. There's like GPU can access CPU memory, but not the other way around. So like GPU had access to the 512, whereas your system only had access to 256. And because of the OS, it was like 250 or whatever. Anyways, yeah, the point is like a lot of the stuff they added is nice, except it adds nothing to the gameplay, and to me that's the biggest issue with this game. Trials Fusion has some nice stuff. It's more Trials, which is something I was looking for, but you know, these skill games, there are less skill games than before, and the skill games here are less fun than before. Like, I seem to remember this exact mission being one of them. I seem to remember the other wheel one being one of them. So, you know, this one I can't lean with my analog stick, which, fair enough. It's a bit of a challenge. Let's see, give her one more go. Yeah, like, I really enjoyed the skill games from HD, because skill games kind of forced you to play in a different way. As a side thing too, I seem to be a lot more resistant to crashing in this game than you were in HD. I felt like HD, your dude touched something, and it was like 90% of the time you'd bail out, whereas in this one, a lot less. But yeah, the big air. God, launching yourself down the flight of stairs was amazing in HD, and then they managed to make this one feel. In a lot of ways, this feels like a clone. Someone trying to make a clone and imitate the success of HD. This doesn't feel like it's made by the same group. Like, this ramp is a hell of a lot less fun than what HD did. You know, they have boxes and shit piled up and explosives. Like, you know, launching yourself down that flight of stairs was a fun thing. And here they made it's a ramp. What else do you want? So, you know, it's a lot of things like that where it feels like they added. It feels like someone just wanted to add stuff. It feels like someone had a. I'll say this for the third time now. This feels a lot like when management comes up, right, with a checkboard or checklist, with a clipboard with a checklist of shit to do that they think that their focus groups / you know that kind of marketing like of, hey, our focus group / marketing has said that we should do this, therefore fucking do it. And yeah, you should let the guys who worked on the game decide what to actually do, because all of this stuff they've added, none of it actually adds to the game. And in some ways, what the older game did, well, they've added stuff that feels like a step back, right? Like, all of these fun skill games were skill games in the original, but they're not even as good as the original ones, so yeah, I think that's massively disappointing. I've not talked about the other stuff though. There's custom tracks, which that's definitely a cool thing. I've not even touched it though, because I don't care. That's, you know, I'm here for the career mode. I'm not here to play tournaments or multiplayer. Or any of that stuff. It probably is really cool. I don't care about it though. It's my video. So I'll complain and praise whatever the hell I want. But at the same time, yeah, here's some more loading because I wanted to customize the bike, show you the limited few options there are for everything before wrapping it up. Yeah, on one hand, I kind of scratched my itch for these few years where I've not played Trials, but at the same time, this bike only has a pay currency body kit. So here's your defaults. Here's some upgrades. Money seems stupid and pointless. Just give me the upgrades. I get money, no problem. So, yeah, why bother? Why bother having the other currency? Just give you the upgrades. Like, it's like a stupid extra step of instead of just giving them to me. You know, I'm no game designer, but I can design you a bunch of shit that would make this a lot better. That's the paid premium currency, okay. Rabbit, what you got? Great. Great. And nothing. I don't think I played Donkey. We'll customize the rider. The rider is more the same. But yeah, as I'm sitting here and thinking about it, the more I think about it, the more this game is kind of upsetting me, and the more I'm starting to realize that, yeah, Trials HD was far better. You know, it had so many fun modes and silly things, like, you know, one level where you're inside of a ball, cage ball, and then there's another one later on where actually you're on top of it, like fun silly stuff like that, which actually was kind of challenging. that if you reach higher levels you can get different variants. So one of these... Oh, there you go. I go from this to this. Oh, huge upgrade. Is there another one with different levels? Okay. So a little bit more obvious, I guess. Oh, and that's the dude I'm wearing now. And these are just heads. So why the hell not? But yeah, that's Trials Fusion. Oh, someone beat my time 1 week ago. We'll give her one try, and then I think I remember trying this actually. We'll not take the fast bike. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, all in all, the challenges are kind of neat though. I feel like the challenges are maybe not brutal, but the challenges are actually a challenge. I don't seem to remember the Trials HD ones being this bad. But yeah, there's still a bit of the charm. There's still some secret stuff that are not in the challenges. Yeah, they've done some nice little touches here and there. Yeah, I don't know. I hope that the new one, Trials Rising, is going to be an actual step forward. Like I've said throughout this video, there's a lot of steps backwards in this game that yeah, make it all less fun. And I had a really good formula going, and they just needed to keep polishing that and not really go in this like different direction. It kind of feels like it might have been another developer working on this, but it says it's Red Lynx. But I don't know. Knowing Ubisoft, they probably had like 20 studios or something working on it, which might explain why. Yeah. Following the crew too. That game freaking sucked. Here's another Ubisoft video where I'll be slamming another game, I guess. But at the same time, look, the original formula was good. At least for this one, the original formula was really good. And they went and kind of messed with it, and they didn't seem to improve on it in any way. And in a lot of other ways, it's kind of a step backwards. So there you have it. I'm probably not going to progress past this. In fact, I'm probably going to uninstall it right after I'm done recording this. So it was fun while it lasted, but I hope the next game kind of brings it back to what I was expecting. And I'm sure a lot of other people kind of wish they did as well. And with that said, this is Mike here, and I'll see you guys next time.